Hello there, hello. How are we? We are fine. We're just starting a new map. I shrunk it down a little bit because I was working on another one, and every time I went into OBS, I was having glitches, and I thought, well, no, it didn't make for a very good looking map. So what I've done, but what I will do, I don't like some of these double barrel names that they put on towns in here. I might just change a few of them so they make. We'll just get rid of the market off the front of that. We don't need all that bit on there. We'll call that one Shipton. It just makes life a little bit simpler. I can say that one. We'll change this turkey here to Ross without a dash. I think I can say that one, Lothbithel. How many towns do I have here exactly? I think I've got about. I plopped that in using the town icon. That way I could sort of stick it right where I wanted it there. What am I looking for? Town. Okay, it's the 20. That's the 2nd of the 8th, 2022. Bit up to 10 p.m. Why can't I? There we go. You can see it. There are 12 towns. They vary in size from 195 people to 584 with an average of 345 citizens. Now you might be wondering what this is. This is actually a mod from Vacuum Tube. I mean, he does a lot of other stuff as well. I'm just trying to think. He does a. Let me think. He does a people magnet as well. That's some really cool stuff there, actually. Now, as you can see, I've actually just put a Yeol's industry mod in here. Now, what do we have? 12 towns. Now let's just get a bit stroppy here. We'll work on six times 12, 72. Now let me put 72 on. I'll go to 72. Oh, it does. Now you're going to see some different industries here. I had thought about putting the magnetic reaper ones back in, but then I thought I haven't used these for a while, and we'll go back to using these. Okay, that was really quick, and I didn't see anything turn up for a second. Now you're going to see some strange looking things here. Not strange, but not strange, peculiar, but strange, ha, funny, ha, you know, sort of. The bauxite mine, that means we can make aluminum. Now if you notice, we're starting in 1950. It beats me having to try and, you know, if I start in 1850, I've got to put all the railway in, and then I've got to go back and so what we're going to do is we'll set up our main connections. Now we'll go for a default and just see where they're going. Now do I need, what I'll do is I'll connect those two like that. and those two like that. Probably those two like that. Might do that under there. That sort of looks reasonably cool. I'll just fill that one in there. Sometimes it's handy just chucking an few extra roads. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. What I wanted was do that. Now I'm pretty happy with that. We just hit the generate roads icon button thingy. What's it? We'll draw some roads. Look at that. We got roads, roads and roads. I think that's the color one from Collar Corner. I don't think that's actually a magnetic reaper. Let's just have a look here. Yeah, there are industries. We have an aluminium smelter. That requires fuel and bauxite to make aluminium. Yes, that there's it's a goods distribution. So what you do is you bring commercial stuff there, and you're not delivering food to the town anymore with this particular mod. You're actually delivering goods. That's why you'll notice the towns have only got either yellow for industrial, or and what you do is you set them up in such a way. Okay, we've got mail sorting as well, so where's the mail sorting? It's way over there. Now what has to come to the mail? Now these don't always just, I mean, I'll rephrase that. The mail office. Here we go. We're getting into electronics here. We produce appliances. Oh, it looks like a microwave. So there's a few little different. This is the one I was looking for. These farms are really cool. So you got three different consumers. You've got 2 textile mills, and the food processing place wants milk, and then your cattle go to the slaughterhouse where they get their heads chopped off and cut up into little pieces of meat, which is really quite cool to watch. Well, we can't actually see it in the game. And the other thing there, see, it's making leather. That leather then goes to this factory here. And it's going to get yarn. It must have been the magnetic reaper that has the flax for. Oh no, the flax would be out of date by this period of time. I think I'm not sure which magnetic reaper has the flax. But anyway, we've looked at that, and it looks interesting. Even if I do say so myself. So I've got to give it a name. I'll save the map as Y. I'm just on the Yeols. Hang on, let me just check this. That's the Collicorn one that adds that. You can play that on its own. That's another new one. I haven't seen that one before. Well, we'll just have a quick look at it. Yeah, it looks, yeah. Can't comment on it because I haven't played it. It wouldn't be fair to comment on it. You got to be careful. Some of these don't watch overriding other stuff. I mean, they work, but it would be a little bit of a glitch occasionally. Why can't I find the Yeols? Because I want to spell it correctly, so that when I here we go. This is the one I'm using. I'm going to copy that. Copy that. If you're concerned about copy and pasting and it's quite easy. You Control C and Control V, the normal procedure. Okay, that's not going to do it. Let's have one Y-E-O. Yeah, because it's possibly a graphic rather than actually a piece of text. Anyway, we're going to save, click save and play. What's the pain in the rectum area? There's an industry not connected to a road. Not that it matters that much, we can... I was going to do this earlier today and I had a wad of gauze in my mouth and so I couldn't speak. I'd had to go and get a tooth extracted. And while I was there, you know, discussed other, you know, they screw in teeth, you know, and I don't know if I like that idea, that I'd be screwing a bunch of teeth into me gob. So we'll work something out down the track. I'm just going to go and close my door. If anybody else starts making any noise in the house. That was the door. Come on, come on, come on, come on, go faster. Oh, there we go. This might be getting the speed up in the that should be, it should really load a lot quicker. Mind you, it's running close to 800 mods. It's running a oh, what's it? An NVMe empty solid state drive, 1 terabyte drive, and trouble is, apparently you need to format it's running on. It's not my. That's not the primary drive. The primary drive is the same kind of drive. But what I do is that because when you're using something like Steam, I would strongly recommend you putting it onto your D drive, particularly if you want to do in-game filming or taking, doing screen captures and that, because it always start clogging up your primary C drive, and we realise that you run out of space on it. I generally run a terabyte SSD for my C, and then replicate it. The D drive is the same, and just keep my platform on C drive and put all my software onto D drive. It just keeps things running. But I'm not sure what's happened here with it's just a little bit slow. Mind it, gives just sometimes it loads really, really quickly. Then again, it depends on what it's going to pull into the game. When you're talking, what we say we had, how many industries? 70 odd industries it's got to draw into it. And then you got the 12 towns, and so it's got to set everything up. But yeah. Well, there it goes. Generally, I don't have this included, so I will leave it and they just get that can be seen. I'm not going to do too much building on the map. What I'll tend to do is do a little bit to get it kicked off and sort of discuss some of the ideas I've got for it. Then I'll turn the recording off because otherwise these things can get awfully laborious, you know. Okay, there we go. What did I say? We had 12 towns, 64 industries. Well, I thought I had 72, but anyway, I'm not going back out now to connect this to that I don't like the way this does that sometimes. What we might do is we might remove that completely and relocate it. It's a bit of a pity. It was a forest. Oh, I haven't been learned to spell properly. Yeah, we've got to leave. Alright, what do I do? Is there a right way or a wrong way to do any of this? I personally, I am an old school model railwayer, and I tend to do it from that perspective. As you can see, I'm running sandbox, and I'm not looking at what it's going to cost me. That's your biggest town, isn't it? Pretty sure of it. Yeah. Now, do we make that a hub? It's got access to the ocean, to the water, so yeah, we might make it a hub. Build everything out here. You can't obviously. I mean, if I thought about it, I could have set the town back a little bit. I'm going to go for a 560 metre long. Now, that's not standard. That's again, that's a mod. How many? Just have a look here a second. 1, 2, 3, 4. Trying to think how many platforms I really want there for that. I'm just gonna smooth that ground out a little bit. If it's really bad, we just do that over it and then give it a smooth. At least that way it's level. So it goes. It's equivalent to putting a laser level over the ground. It's about 4 and 5. How many towns? Old towns. So I'm going to work on obviously the freight's going to be bigger again. So now. So I think it's Neri Believe who does these. You're looking for longer and grander railway mods, station mods. They're kind of handy. So, you also get to choose the era. But these here, but they for show you. I don't get the length. I've got to actually manually build that out, and at this point in the game I don't really want to be doing that. I can always come and change the facades on this later. What is it we're doing? 560. Now some people will build a hub at a 90-degree angle to their line, but I've found that I don't need to do that if I sort of think about it a bit, do it parallel. The trains are coming through and they're not turning off and coming back on. I like to keep it all as kissed as I possibly can, keep it simple stupid, you know. Oh, I'm missing one, there we go. We need those electrical ones. So what I'll do is I'll set these up and get sort of work out how I'm gonna. Then I'll probably stop the recording because obviously I'm not going to keep talking just for the sake of talking, but Yeol gob's a bit sore up in the jawline. Those other lines in there, they tend not to work. Just show you these, they're a high speed line, but they don't seem to, or are they? Well, you can change the speed of them. When I have tried to use them in the stations, they tend not to always activate properly. So rather than get frustrated down the track, and just find out how to go and tear all this up and replace it with a track that works. Like when you are laying track for model railway and don't get all your continuity right. You know, you're chasing around under the board trying to figure out why things don't, or you change the polarity on something by accident. Excuse me. If it'll allow me to build another 2 out, I might go another 2 out because it's easy enough to route lines around. So now we've got equal freight platforms for passengers, so oh, that's not what we wanted. That's a little cretin. I just like to have a few extra. Sometimes it'll allow me to build out, you know. Then it says there's a limitation, don't go any further. But anything like this is going to slow game down a bit because there's a lot that's causing a lot more to go on. You know, you can have these stations can be so busy that they just absolutely drag on your system resources. Okay. I was in the middle of an autosave, wasn't I? Sometimes I'm tempted to turn the autosave off, but having had it have a dummy spit periodically and crash, it's annoying to get to go back and do everything a second time. I think the hassle of waiting for the autosave is probably worth it in the long term. Well, at least this video is in English. Well, sort of. To watch it, I'm not going to have to turn Google Translate on it, which I think will be quite good for a change. That's also a mod. Can't think who does it. It's a little corrugated iron shed. Okay, we could have moved the passenger stuff over a little. And just to be awkward, we'll put that there. Now that's my see the advantages here. Now we have the new I'll just show you something else. I'll put one up here doing this. Now I think if you type into Steam Workshop, just type in the initials ENZO and the letter O. Now I can't remember all the other initials that he has. Well, the other way to do it is type search track patterns. These things are brilliant, but he also does the parallel tracks as well, which when you get to a road, you actually they don't function. So you either blow a hole in the road to run your line. Now what I've done there. Now what you do is to make sure these work. Always double slip them. Sort of, part of me wants to sort of keep going with this video, but the other part of me saying it's going to get tedious on that. Trying to level the ground out there a bit. A little bit of earthworks. Well, the reason I do it this way is that it now brings it into balance with the station. Now you don't have to do it like that, but you can. I just find that now it's all pretty even. That'll be a branch line I'm picking. Now I like to, I mean, it's my personal thing is to move as much as I possibly can on rail. I'm just gonna put, I don't need that size station. Now these long stations are really handy, so if you're at the end of a line, you're building your line, you want the thing running, because it's so long, you can build a nice long train and it will turn around without getting tied up on the crossovers. Do I want to do that? Yeah, I am going to do that way. Reason being, I want to show a little trick that so it doesn't matter which way where your stations are all conforming the same way. I did find a little trick for that. Those track patterns to get trains to swap. Now, I'll be honest. This is not like running like an American or a European. It's I predominantly use all British Rail stuff, so which means that the train is actually on the left hand side. So if it was on a road, it would be on the left hand side of the road. But then I need, as you can tell, the passenger side. If you're coming in to look at the station, the passenger platform is on the right hand side. So when we go to get to our big hub up there, we've got to be able to switch them around and do a switcheroo on it. It's not hard. Those track pattern, I'll show you how to do it with the track pattern. You don't have to do it the way I do it, but sometimes it's just handy knowing some. I mean, I watch it and go and kernel failure because they do a lot of things that sort of push the envelope and little things that you don't think of, you know. Like primarily with Ingo and De Borg, it's more about where they detail them at. And they're always very congenial, those guys. If you've got a question you want to ask them. I didn't even look at anything like that one. Different coat of paint on it. Yeah, we're going to put our I'll do these and then I'll. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, I haven't hit a whole lot more to it at this stage. Like we want parallel tracks. We want 4 tracks, right? 2 for passenger. Oh, that's not what I want. Now when I'm doing the 4-track, I drop the just the way it offsets. Now while we're here, don't forget that we're not aligned there. Okay, we'll go ahead and we're going to give it a bit of a curve. Now to do this, you want I want to put that right over there. So you see, basically they line up. You can manually draw these. You got to just bring them together and then do it. It works quite. I mean, I find speed. I want 18 tracks. What I'm going to do there is I'm going to do that. Now I could, if I so choose, I could probably go. It tends to hold the whole system up when you've got quite a few trains running on it. So you try to get back to your 4 lines as quickly as you possibly can. Because of the way this often works, I do exactly the same here. I make them switch onto 2 lines, but to go just because the barriers and stuff on either side of on the road there are only really set up for 2 lines, and it just looks a bit neater when I do it that way. It also allows me to put the little doobalaki. That's what I'm saying. See that? You as you go through the road, you lose your oh, okay, we don't want that. I don't want a bridge out in the middle of the like that, so we'll just put a bit of a berm in under it, build it up. Now I could have left all that, rather than this one up here, but it's not doing any harm because things will crisscross over each other. These are British Killicants, whatever you say his name. Now I'm going to set these signals to every 250 meters. Oh, it was real dumb of me. I didn't make them one way. Still, I mean, I don't know that it's wrong, but I personally have found that I like to force a train to go on a certain line. Oh, I didn't change it again. fix that now. So we want it one way. Alright, we click the one way. Now because of this intersection here, there's some track pattern in there that doesn't fire out all the extras. Now because the trains are reducing to 2 lines, we need to be able to control them at that point. So look at your signals, you know, like that. You can sort of, it really does need another set there like that. I don't know why that doesn't set them up then. Occasionally you get it where it doesn't fire them off, but coming into the station, I like to, particularly on my freight stations, I can have not the train from there so much, but a train coming in from any of these other industries. I've got to cut that one in over there at some stage. What I better do. And do the compactness. 4. Now I'll put that away from there. With these sort of things, you always keep them separated a bit. You don't have, even though it looks really cool, they can be a real point of congestion if you're not careful with them. Yeah, if I remember rightly, there's another town over to the other side here. So we're going to want another one up the other opposite direction. Where's the town? Okay, we're miles off. I wandered around a bit. I'm not going to change it. I'll just put a curve in the line. Okay, so that line there continues to that town. This one here will continue up here, service this town and some of that industry in there. That one does the same over here. It'll cross the river. Yeah, so that's basically how I get it started right at this point. Now, no, just again I want to show this because I'm actually again using these track patterns here to actually unfortunately you can't make them any shorter than that. Yeah, I can by changing the turnout on them. what we're going to do here now you sort of see how way that's the turnout's too tight. Now that might look a bit messy there. Well, it is, but believe me, it works. I'm gonna try and straighten this up. And part of the problem here is the fact that, you know, I don't want it that long. Because I actually got off track over there, well that one. Get back to this. This is why I'm sort of a bit fanatical about my signals being very directional. I need to have total control over them. Oh, that didn't work, did it? Because I didn't have enough lights. One of the issues I have, I can't use the shift key as well as the and what I want to do here. A bit tricky. Yeah, I might just do these as twos. Because the way I'm coming around here, it's actually eclipsing it itself. Alright, Penny, I'm going to split it again. You can draw the stuff here manually, but actually, that doesn't look very pretty, does it? Yeah, you can do it manually by drawing them all in, but like I say, when you've only got one hand, you want to try and use your mouse as well as the keyboard. It's a little bit tricky sometimes. Okay, I didn't allow. I'll do it manually, what the heck. What I'll do, I'm going to turn that off. A single line here. Sometimes it's kind of difficult sometimes to pull a track across on an angle corner like this, but can do. Yeah, there a minute. I don't know that this is going to work, but we'll try it. All that's going there. And I'm now going to plonker this fella in here. I might just put him on a bit of a corner like that. Get rid of all that rubbish there. Yeah, what have I done? Yeah, I sort of did it. Made it just very difficult for myself. That one of those in here. I'm not going to worry too much about the angles. They will work. It'll look a bit messy, but okay. What we'll do is we'll run and we'll chuck a bit of gravel over it so you can't sort of see it. Don't tell anybody I did it. Okay, it's going to be annoying now. I'll just get rid of that. If I hadn't have been recording this, it would have worked out a lot better. Just I'm trying to do it to sort of show something. And invariably when you try that sort of thing, things don't always go to plan. How far back can I cut that? All very Jewish, all circumcised beautifully. Do that. Let's just fix this whole piece up once and for all. rather than trying to be clever and doing it using the track patterns, which I could do, but it's going to take me a lot longer. I'm getting aware of the amount of time that I'm spending on this now. Oh. You like that. A minute. Works. We'll do the same with this part here. I don't need boats and fish. Oi. Do the same again on here, do it manually. If I'd have been more careful bringing it in and got my angles right, I wouldn't have had all that hassle. It's nothing to do with it. Actually, that was my own carelessness that caused that problem. Now, how do we test this? It's all pretty easy. What we do is just create a dummy line and delete it. Yes, yeah, cross from that side to this side. Now, where can I send it to? Yeah. Right click on the blue line then. The blue. I'm sure I did the red up this end. Okay. Why is it only giving me 2 lines? One, two, platforms. Oh, it's probably something I've done here. Now I may have to get rid of all this anyway. So I'm going to stop the video recording at this point in time because it's just, I mean that should work. It should